Hello students, this is Matthias speaking to you, and this is a video lesson for the intermediate Swedish conversation class. We are in this chapter, 15 I guess? No, 14, Drömmen om ett landställe. And we have reached page 149 in the textbook. So, in this video, I will just mention in the beginning these little bit grammatical points. We have done them before, subjunktioner, and I think you remember them from before. They are the linking words between the main clause of a sentence and the secondary clause of a sentence. If you look at page 149 in the center of the page, there is a box and a couple of sentences. I will read them for you. Innan de tar färjan köper de glass i kiosken. Innan de tar färjan köper de glass i kiosken. This is a sentence coming from the text. Before they take the ferry boat, they buy ice cream in the kiosk. The linking word, subjunktion, in this sentence is the word innan. Innan means before. So before they take the ferry, they buy some ice cream in the kiosk. The secondary clause here is innan de tar färjan. So you can put the secondary clause at the beginning of the sentence, followed by the main clause. If you do that, the main clause will have a flipped word order between the subject and the verb. Innan de tar färjan köper de glass i kiosken. The next sentence is the same. It starts with the linking word and then the secondary clause, followed by the main clause. Medan Brian arbetar bakar Sara kanelbullar. The linking word is medan, while. While Brian is working, Sarah is making cinnamon buns. And once again, because the sentence starts with a secondary clause, the main clause has the flipped around word order. Bakar Sara kanelbullar. You know the straight word order is Sara bakar, but the flipped around word order is bakar Sara kanelbullar. The third sentence starts with the main clause. De sitter ute och äter. Followed by the secondary clause. Trots att det är ganska kallt. The linking word is trots att. Although, even though. They sit outside and eat, although it is pretty cold. So, in this example, main clause followed by linking word and the secondary clause. The fourth sentence is also this way, starting with a main clause. Man badar i havet, även om det är lite kallt i vattnet ibland. Man badar i havet. People or you swim in the sea. Även om is the linking word. Även om meaning although. Although it is a little bit cold in the water sometimes. The final sentence is once again starting with the secondary clause and the linking word när, meaning when. När de har fikat, when they have done the fika, the coffee break, går de ut i skogen för att plocka blåbär och kantareller. When they have had coffee break, they go into the forest to pick some blueberries and chanterelle mushrooms. Once again, starting with the secondary clause, när de har fikat, the main clause has the flipped around word order, går de. So the verb comes before the subject. Går de ut i skogen? Okay? And then if you go to the back section of the book on page 226, you have this whole list of linking words or subjunctions in several groups, and altogether there are 13 of them. I will not go through them here in this video because I want to save some time, but I want you to have a look at page 226 and just repeat the things that you already know. I'm pretty sure you have seen this list before, and you know the different subjunctioner, the linking words. Okay? So let's leave that behind. And then on page 150 and 151 is kind of a combination of a dialogue and also an exercise. What is going on in these pages? The heading is på middag. På middag means at a dinner party or at dinner. På middag. And the setting or the context is one couple is inviting another couple to come to their place to have dinner. One couple, they are Petra and Ulf. Petra and Ulf. Petra is a woman, Ulf is a man, and they are the couple who invite the other couple. They are the host, Petra och Ulf. The other couple is Mia och Oskar. Mia och Oskar, they are the guests coming as guests to a dinner party at home. At the top here of page 150, there is a number of short phrases. And I will translate them for you, and then they are supposed to go into the empty spots in this dialogue. So let me explain the phrases at the top of page 150. Tack för ikväll. Tack för ikväll. Tack för ikväll means thank you for tonight. Thanks for this evening. So probably this is something you say at the end after the dinner. Tack för ikväll. The next one. Ta för er. Ta för er means please serve yourselves. Please go ahead and take some food. Ta för er. The next one, tack, simply means thank you. So when someone does something nice to you or gives you something, you will say tack. The next one is hur ska vi sitta? Hur ska vi sitta? That means how should we sit down around the table? What is the seating arrangement around the table? Who should sit there, who should sit there, and so on. Hur ska vi sitta? Next one, jag kör. And that simply means I will be driving the car, or I am driving the car. So this has to do with whether or not you should have a drink of alcohol or not. So if you say jag kör, it probably means no thanks to a glass of wine or alcohol. Jag kör. Välkomna, it means welcome or come in or something like that. Välkomna, welcome. Next one, skål. That is what you say when you have a drink and raise your glasses and say cheers, skål. Next one, vad vill ni dricka? Vad vill ni dricka? What would you like to drink? Vad vill ni dricka? What would you like to drink? What is your choice? The next one, åh vad gott det var. Åh is just oh. Åh vad gott det var. Oh, how tasty it was. Oh, how nice the food was. Åh vad gott det var. And the final one, det är bra för mig. Det är bra för mig, meaning I'm full or I'm satisfied. No, I don't need any more food or drink. Det är bra för mig. So, on page 150 and 151 in this pretty long dialogue, which has 4 persons speaking, there are some empty spaces. So these small expressions should be put in to the right empty place, and that will be your task to figure out. It's not so difficult. It makes sense. So I will read through this dialogue, but I will not reveal to you, I will not tell you the right answers. I will just say empty space. And so the first line is Petra. She is the woman, the hostess to the dinner party. And so the whole thing, her first line starts with an empty line, empty space. You have to figure out what should go in there. And then she says, vad roligt, kom in, vilken fin klänning du har. Vad roligt, kom in, vilken fin klänning du har. Meaning, how nice, come in, what a nice dress you have, or what a nice dress you are wearing. Then Mia, the other woman belonging to the couple coming to visit, she says something, so there is an empty space here. What could that be? And then she continues saying, åh vad fin du är. Åh vad fin du är, meaning, and how nice you look. Then Oscar, who is the husband or partner of Mia, he says, vi tog med oss en flaska vin. Vi tog med oss en flaska vin, meaning we brought a bottle of wine. Ulf, the man in the couple who are the host, he says, åh, franskt vin, vad gott. Vill ni ha en drink före maten? Åh, franskt vin, vad gott. Vill ni ha en drink före maten? Oh, French wine, how tasty or how nice. Would you like a drink before the dinner? Would you like a drink before starting the dinner? Oscar replies, nej tack. And then empty space. Something must go in there. Mia, her response is, gärna för mig. Gärna för mig, meaning I'll be happy to have a drink. Yes, thanks, I would like a drink. And then the little word see, and that means simply some moment later. Petra speaks. Hon säger, maten är klar. Varsågoda. Ulf, hur var det? And then empty space. Meaning, the dinner is ready, or the food is ready. Welcome, or meaning welcome to sit down at the table. Ulf, what was it we decided? How did we decide? Hur var det? What was it like we decided? And then Ulf, he answers, jag sitter här med Mia och du med Oscar där. I will sit here on this side with Mia and you will sit there with Oscar. Petra says something and it's just an empty space and you have to figure out what goes into that empty space. One of these expressions. Mia, she answers, tack, det ser gott ut. Tack, det ser gott ut. Tack, det ser gott ut means thank you, it looks so nice. Talking about the food, probably. Petra speaks again, and here again is an empty space. What is she saying? Look among the different expressions at the top. Figure it out. Oscar, his response is, ett glas vin kan jag ta, va? Ett glas vin kan jag ta, va? One glass of wine I should be able to have, right? So now he's reconsidering, maybe I can have one glass of wine. Ett glas vin kan jag ta, va? Mia says, det går nog bra. Det går nog bra. That probably will be fine. Jag tar också gärna ett glas. Jag tar också gärna ett glas. I would also be happy to have a glass of wine. Oscar says, Ulf, kan du skicka saltet, tack? Ulf, kan du skicka saltet, tack? Ulf, can you please pass me the salt? So now they are sitting at the table and he's asking Ulf, could you pass me the salt from over there, thank you? And Ulf says, varsågod, here you go, here you are, handing over the salt. Oscar says, tack, thank you. Mia says something. The beginning of the sentence is an empty space. What can it be? Try to figure out what to put into that empty line. And then saying, meaning yummy. Jag måste få receptet. Jag måste få receptet. I must get the recipe for this. Talking about the food. Ulf says, ja, det är ett gammalt recept från min mormor. Ja, det är ett gammalt recept från min mormor. Yes, it is an old recipe from my grandmother. Mormor, that means mother's mother. So it's an old recipe, cooking recipe from my mother's mother. Oscar says, jättegott. Yum, yum. Really tasty. Ulf says, ta mer om ni vill ha. Ta mer om ni vill ha. Have some more if you want. If you want to have more. Mia says, ja tack. Yes, thank you, or yes please. Oscar says, tack. And then an empty space. What is he saying there? Have a look at the different options here, the small phrases at the top of page 150. I'm now at the top of page 151. Petra says, vi har glömt att skåla. We forgot to say cheers. We forgot to raise our glasses and say cheers. Skål. Skål och välkomna. Skål och välkomna. Cheers and feel welcome. Det var så roligt att ni kunde komma. It was so nice of you to be able to come here. Det var så roligt att ni kunde komma. Alla, all of them, say something. Well, that should be easy. You should figure that one out. Alla saying something, all of them saying something at the same time. And then a bit later, Oscar says, tack för maten. Det var så gott. Thanks for the food, thanks for the dinner. It was so really tasty or so good. Mia, she agrees. Ja, verkligen. Ja, verkligen, meaning yes, indeed. Yes, certainly. Petra makes a suggestion. Ska vi dricka kaffet i vardagsrummet? Ska vi dricka kaffet i vardagsrummet? Meaning, shall we drink the coffee? Shall we have the coffee in the living room? So probably they had the main meal, the dinner, in the kitchen or in some room, dining room. And then she suggests, how about we move to the living room to have the coffee? The coffee after the meal. Mia says after a while, vi måste börja dra oss hemåt. Vi måste börja dra oss hemåt. We must start thinking about going back home. We need to be moving, going back home because it's getting late. And then empty space. What does she say in this empty space? Once again, look around at the options at the top of the page 150. Oscar says, ja, tack för allt. Yes, thanks for everything. Thank you for everything. Ulf says, tack för att ni kom. Vi ses snart igen. Tack för att ni kom. Vi ses snart igen. Thank you for coming here. Hope to see you soon again. Or we will see you soon again. We will meet you soon again. Everyone, alla, saying to each other, hej då, hej hej, meaning bye for now and goodbye. And that is the end of the dinner party. Det var middag. Två par. That could be good for you to know the word par. Ett par means a couple. Ett par meaning Petra och Ulf, that's one couple. And then Mia och Oscar, that's another couple. Ett par. Två par. Okay. So this will basically be your homework to figure out how to put the correct little words or small phrases, sentences, into these empty spaces. Okay, I think I have a little bit time left, so I will read on page 152, and this is a text on page 152 called Therese tipsar. Therese, that's a woman's name. Tipsar means to give advice to somebody. And it explains at the top of the page, Therese är expert på vett och etikett. So she is an expert on common sense and etiquette. Maybe you don't know that word etiquette. It means the manners, how to behave properly, to have the right manners, to be polite and not to offend other people and so on. Hon skriver för tidningen Mat och kalas. So she's a writer, a journalist, writing for the newspaper or the magazine Mat och kalas, meaning food and party. Mat och kalas, meaning food and party. Hon har en egen kolumn she has her own column. So on one specific page, she has a column where she writes her things. Där hon svarar på läsarnas frågor. Where she answers questions from the readers of this magazine or newspaper. Hon svarar på läsarnas frågor. She's answering the readers' questions. And the name of the column, this column on one of the pages, is called Fråga Therese. Ask Therese. Ask her a question. Fråga Therese. And I will read this text a little bit quick and quickly explain to you what it's about. Hej Therese, jag har just kommit till Sverige och nu är jag bjuden på middag till min flickväns föräldrar. Alla är svenskar och jag är lite nervös. Kan du tipsa mig om vad jag måste tänka på? Emilio. So the question here is coming from a man or a guy. His name is Emilio. And my guess, he must be from Italy because that's an Italian name. So he's an Italian guy. And he has just arrived to Sweden. He is together with a Swedish girlfriend, and he has been invited to some dinner party at her parents' place. And he's a bit nervous because he doesn't know how exactly to behave. Could you give me some hints? Could you give me some advice? What I must pay attention to? Vad jag måste tänka på means what I should keep an eye on or pay attention to. And here is the answer coming from Therese. Hej Emilio, tack för din fråga. Det är inte så lätt att veta hur man ska göra när man är ny i ett land. Här kommer några tips. Hello Emilio, thanks for your question. It's not so easy to know how to do things when you are a newcomer to a country. Here are some advice. And then comes the advice. När du är bjuden på middag måste du komma i tid, men inte för tidigt. Man brukar inte gå in med ytterskorna på. Om det är en fin middag kan du ta med innerskor. What does it mean? When you are invited to a dinner, you have to be there on time. But don't come too early. So not late, but not too early. You usually do not step into a person's home with your outdoor shoes. So take off your shoes before entering the house. If it's a kind of classy or high standard dinner invitation, then you should bring a pair of indoor shoes and switch from your outdoor shoes to a pair of indoor shoes. So you carry those indoor shoes with you in a bag. Det är trevligt att ta med någon liten present. It is nice to bring some small gift. Till exempel en ask choklad eller en flaska vin. For example, a box of chocolate or a bottle of wine. Eller blommor, men glöm inte att ta bort pappret på blommorna innan du ger dem till värdinnan. Or flowers, but don't forget to remove the paper, the wrapping paper from the flowers before you hand it over to the female host or the hostess of the party. Under middagen kan du gärna säga vad gott det var. During the meal, during the dinner, please try to find a chance to say, oh, how tasty this is. Även om maten inte var